Alright, what's going on, everybody? Today we're going to take a look at more Outerplane, specifically Skyward Tower, the 20th floor. Now, this boss is similar to other bosses in the sense that when he enrages, he is going to apply a AoE stun that has a 100% chance to hit, meaning that if he hits you, he will just continue to keep punishing you and you can't do anything about it. So I have invested some of my resources and got myself a character that has invincibility AoE for all their allies. And you can see here that it pretty much makes this fight a lot easier than it would be otherwise. It's still technically possible if you can take the damage and then eventually overpower him with brute force, but I've tried it that way, and this was much easier using a unit that was easy to invest in. So, we're just going to let the fight play out, and at the end I will show you what I'm currently using on each character, just so you have an idea.
In the end, magic has been advanced a single step. I will bear any criticism.
Please step aside. Strength and alacrity. Go home. All rise.
Clumsy fool! I'll finish this!
Exploding light.
Essentials of magic. Learn them well.
Goddess of the moon, grant us light's blessing. Why won't you surrender?
What a nuisance. I'll end this quickly. Surge forward.
If anyone's hurt, please come to me.
Alright, so starting off we have the MVP, Fainin, who I moved all my gear from Tia, or Tio, who I typically use for healing because they sync with K, my tank. But she has what I need. And here I have a speed set and a healer type of charm. Gives me a couple of points whenever I use a non-attacking skill. And I chose speed because I like to use speed on my healers. The more they can go, the more they can heal. Here I'm just showing off that I've invested a few skill books into her skills so that she's not as weak as she was when I had her originally, not really being used. And everyone else has sets that you would just normally acquire throughout playing the game. Here I have attack and HP because of Rona's skills, where she gets more damage the more HP she has. This is just a basic charm. It's not really the greatest for her, but it's better than using nothing, I suppose. And then I'm just going to do a review of her skills as well. And then we're going to take a look at K next, I believe. And he's using just typical stuff that you would wear on a tank. He's got a counterattack set and a life-stealing set, which isn't great, but I mean, it is some of the best gear that I have. And he gets a little bit of health back since he is taking the majority of the attacks from the enemies. And his talisman, again, grants him counterattacks. Oh, I beg your pardon, he's using one that does extra damage if the boss becomes enraged. These are his skills. You should be familiar with them since he's a hero that everybody has. And finally we move over to Maxwell, who I chose from the selecting banner. Overall, still pretty happy with Maxwell. He does a lot of damage. Not great for single targets, obviously, because all of his attacks are AoE. But since he does so much damage and I've invested so much into him, it's not like I'm going to swap him out anytime soon. And last, we're going to take a look at his gear. Now, his gear is a little bit different, and it's not something you would normally get through standard playing unless you specifically play the arena. If you play the arena and refresh your arena points, you can get this set. I highly recommend it. And that's going to do it for today's video. If you have any other questions or want to see any other specific things on Outerplane, let me know in the comments below. Okay, bye-bye!